The following is distributed by the Berean Call.
Chapter 22, Epilogue. Maria lives today in a small town on the southern edges of the Black Forest in Germany. She's alone, too much so to suit her, she'd tell you. Visitors who knock at her door would hardly recognize in the smile-crinkled face and the infectious laugh a former inmate of Stalin's camps. That's in the past, she'd say, and invite you in for a cup of coffee. The last time I heard from Maria, she'd taken in a homeless couple off the street. The young wife, newly fired from her job, was pregnant, and frightened by the strangeness of a foreign land, the young husband was equally bewildered and reluctant to accept the offered hospitality. They stayed a month, occupying the one tiny bedroom while Maria slept happily on the sofa. The first time I heard of Maria was through my own daughter, also lonely and working as a young 18-year-old at her first job far from home. She too was welcomed as a stranger and fed and comforted and cheered. When I began receiving letters about the potato dumplings and roast duck, I felt grateful to this kind woman. Then when a larger picture began to unfold that went back to a Siberian childhood and progressed by amazing stages to the infamous Waldeheim trials, I developed a compelling desire to meet Maria for myself. In 1974, during the course of a 14-month stay in Europe, this became possible. That's in the past, Maria would say. True, but some things linger. The pounding headaches remain, cruel reminder of the hangman's persuasions. The stomach lining is gone. The legs are shaky, but the husky voice that held a boxcar full of women spellbound on the road from Landsberg and whispered the Lord's Prayer in Tony's ear as he lay dying in Buchenwald is as strong and compelling as ever. The sense of humor is still there. Ask her about the promised wages so methodically deposited in her name, the ones she was to contribute to the overthrow of American imperialism in Korea. Yeah, she'd laugh. It's there all right, but if I want it, I have to go and get it myself. Of course I'm not allowed to return to East Germany, nor can I send for it, nor will it to anyone, nor have it sent to my godchild in East Berlin. But it is there, in my name, too. Then an afterthought and another laugh. You see, it was also explained to me that with a deduction for the expenses of my upkeep as a prisoner, my wages really totaled only 62 Deutschmarks. Now, do you think I should worry myself about that? Some things she does worry about. One is an unfulfilled promise to Rudolf Scheel, whose winsome description of how she would one day meet his son at the Insel Hotel on Lake Constance remained only a dream recorded on a torn fragment of newsprint. She did go there, but the boy and his mother had long since gone. Somewhere into East Germany, rumor had it. It was all she could learn. Maria does still keep in touch, however, with a number of those she knew during the years in camp. For few of them was homecoming as entirely happy as it had been for Charlotta. The pain continued for Katie long after her rejection by her handsome young son at Friedland. From the family home in Hamburg, Katie wrote to Maria, begging to be allowed to come and stay with her. My 16-year-old daughter has rejected me too, she'd written broken-heartedly. Maria went to her instead and had long talks with the daughter. If you can't accept her as a mother, accept her as a human being who has suffered, she begged. 2 years later, when time and maturity had taken its course, the girl broke down and asked forgiveness for the added suffering she'd caused her mother. The son, too, came to accept her, and they did become a happy and a loving family. Hilda had gone straight to her mother in East Berlin. She'd grown up as a young socialist and had never owned property, so unlike Maria, she was permitted to return to the Eastern Zone. Letters had always come from her husband through her mother's address, so it was natural that she should hurry there for the reunion she'd been waiting for these 9 long years. With the words, "Hilda, I couldn't bear to tell you, your husband is remarried," her world fell shattered at her feet. No pleas would induce Hilda's mother to reveal her husband's whereabouts at first. "It's no good. Jürgen believes you're dead. There's a stepbrother. You'd only make the heartbreak worse." But Hilda persisted. She had to see her son just once, then she'd disappear from sight, she promised. At last her mother got the husband's consent, but only on the condition that Hilda would never reveal her true identity. If she did, he would find a way to send her back to prison. The conditions were cruel, but love was strong, and a meeting was arranged at a restaurant with this aunt whom young Jürgen had never met. Hilda sat for half an hour at the outdoor garden table, trying to drink coffee and make small talk, while young Jürgen sat strangely still beside her. "Go on the swing with your brother," his father said uncomfortably at last. "No, I'd rather sit here." Jürgen looked up at Hilda and added thoughtfully, "She looks so much like my mother." Hilda could endure it no longer. She said a hasty goodbye and set out across the street to catch her tram. Then there were footsteps beside her, matching hers. "Aunt, it doesn't seem right that you should walk to the tram alone," her young son said, smiling shyly, and with this they parted. Hilda found a way to leave East Germany soon after. It was her own choice. The temptation to watch her beloved son from some safe distance, even to speak with him, became so overwhelming that she decided she must leave for his sake as well as her own. In 1970, she did see him once more. From the safety of West Germany, she revealed her identity, and the two arranged to meet alone at a Black Sea resort. The reunion was warm and calm and final, as Hilda knew it would be. She's remarried now, and let us say, content. An unanswered question remained, the most important one of all, and when a strangely worded letter arrived 1 year after Maria's release, the last loose ends of her life seemed to be falling into place. It was from Fred's cousin and stated simply, "Fred is about to leave on his second honeymoon." It could mean only one thing. Fred would try to escape from East Germany and rejoin her. There would surely be a reconciliation. The wording couldn't mean otherwise. Daily she waited, expectantly, joyfully, prayerfully. The days passed. Weeks, months. Others were escaping, through minefields, over barbed wire, in planes, trains, trucks. Still Fred didn't come. In August there was another letter. Fred was killed on his way to his second honeymoon. Nothing more. How and where he died remains a mystery, along with the fate of her young brother, who had disappeared so many years before. "We'll meet in heaven, if never again here," Franz had called to her as he was led away by Red soldiers. Maria awaits that reunion, with him and with so many others whose lives touched hers during those desperate years. Some returned eventually, as Maria did. Others remained only as names and dates in Friedland's record books. Still others left no trace. There is a book, however, on whose pages many of those forgotten names are inscribed. They are there because the same searing wind from the east, which had swept young Franz away so long ago, had brought Maria to Rathenau, to Wieso, Landsberg, Buchenwald, Hoheneck, and to Waldeheim. Ruth Hunt, Vasancy, France, June 1974. To bring Maria's story to its conclusion, after publication of the original edition of Eastwind, Maria spent some happy years in the U.S., where she enjoyed a lively speaking circuit and where her engaging personality and gripping story gained her many friends. In 1978, Maria went home to the one who had captured her young heart so many years ago. Today, a new generation of readers can hear Maria's heart through the remarkable retelling of Eastwind.
For more information about the Berean Call and a free subscription to our monthly newsletter, contact us at P.O. Box 7019, Bend, Oregon, 97708. Call us at 800-937-6638 or visit our website at www.thebereancall.org.